Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. Lifting weights doesn't need to mean powerlifting unless you want it to. Here to show us ways to incorporate weights into your everyday life, we welcome back personal trainer Craig Fitzpatrick. So great to see you.
So great to see you too.
There's lots of benefits to adding weights to your routine.
Yes, absolutely.
But not a perfect solution for every person,
absolutely, right? So each one of these modalities is going to have certain advantages and certain disadvantages. So it's just trying to figure out which one is the perfect one for you, or which 2 or 3 or 4 will be the perfect match.
What are some of the overall pros of just incorporating weights in general?
Yeah, so just with weight training, it's going to increase lean muscle mass, improve bone density, it's going to help reduce fat, it's going to help improve bone density, it's going to help prevent arthritis and diabetes and other cardiovascular diseases, and plus it just also makes us feel good, right?
Sounds pretty good.
Pretty good, right? I'm a pretty good salesman. So, but yeah, so again, there's so many different modalities, but trying to figure out which one is the right one for you. So the first one I'm going to talk about is like ankle or wrist weights.
Okay.
And I feel like these work really well if there is someone that has maybe an issue, like there might be a hand injury or a nerve issue where they can't grasp something. So by putting something around the wrist like this, they can do curls, they can do a whole bunch of different kind of arm exercises with this. And then the same thing if you are recovering from maybe like a knee procedure or a knee injury, simply wrapping one of these around your ankle and doing simple leg extensions is a good idea. And also maybe doing like a leg curl like that. But the problem with these is usually you're going to be limited by how much weight you can do, because there's just going to be a limitation to the strength of the strap. The other thing, I see a lot of people using these for running, for example. And the idea is like, I'm going to try to give myself a bigger challenge, and therefore that will make me faster when I'm not using these. The problem is, when you're using ankle weights, it changes your biomechanics, the way you run, and it tends to strain your hip flexors more than increasing overall exercise output. And everyone and their brother's cow has tight hip flexors these days.
Yeah, that can be really painful too.
Yeah, so it's painful, and also tight hip flexors generally can lead to back pain. It can also lead to knee pain. So I don't like that. I don't like also seeing that even for wrists, like running with wrist. Again, the idea is I'm going to burn more calories doing this, which may be true, but it's also going to, over time, just put too much stress on the shoulders.
Oh, geez Louise. Okay, so positive ways to use it, but not for every single exercise that you're doing.
Absolutely. So
what
I think these
about
are kind of
the
limited.
weighted vest in terms of a lot of people walk and run with those too?
So we were just talking about like this has like in the past like 10, 20 years has really blown up. And there's a lot of advantages because maybe you don't want to run, or for whatever reason you can't run. If you put on a couple extra pounds with a weighted vest, that's going to you're going to burn a lot more calories just walking around with the added load. It can improve endurance and overall strength. They're also really versatile for body weight exercises. So just putting this on and doing like a squat, a lunge, a push-up, that's another great advantage. The disadvantage with these is sometimes people go too gung-ho from the start. This particular weight vest goes up to 80 pounds, all right?
Holy
so
cow.
If you do get it start light, one of the things to consider though is when you are using a weight vest, even with walking, is all of that weight is resting on your shoulders. So we have so many nerves that come from our neck into our chest, front shoulders, and rear shoulders. And that kind of compression can lead to a lot of irritation. So sometimes people can get, numbness or tingling into their hands, or stinging in their neck and their chest. They might not realize it. The other thing to remember is when we take a step, every time we walk, we're landing with 1 to 1.5 times our body weight. If we are running, we can be landing with anywhere from like 3 to sometimes some reports say even like 7 times our body weight if we're running downhill. So you might only start with 10 pounds. If you're running downhill and each impact is an additional 70 pounds, like your back, your knees, everything is going to be very, very mad with you. So keep that into consideration. With
what
that.
about the old classic dumbbells over here?
So there's so many different kinds of dumbbells. Like there's the old classic kinds like this. There's the old ones where you have the spinning lock wheel, and then some of the more modern ones that can quickly adjust.
That's cool.
Yeah. So this is 90 pounds altogether here, but it can be, if I pull this out, and hopefully don't drop one of these dumbbells on my feet, and I pull this out, I can even take these 2 little chambers out here, and it can go from 5 pounds to 90. So what's great is this is really wonderful for space saving.
Yeah, great investment for your home gym.
Exactly. So, but they also can be really expensive too.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to pretend like that just slid in perfectly.
It's fine. It's fine.
So the other things with dumbbells that's so great about them is that they're super versatile,
Yeah.
right? We're limited only by our imagination. Also, with dumbbells, there's a lot of stability that has to be engaged. So if I'm doing a press over my head, I'm going to have to use my, my core, my stomach, also for doing lunges, squats or deadlifts. And that can also be a detriment to them too, because you can easily injure yourself if you're not conditioned for those exercises. So with anything, I always say start light with higher reps, and then we do want to get to a point where you're challenging yourself with heavier and heavier weights. That can also be a bigger disadvantage with dumbbells because you're going to be limited by how much grip strength you have. So I will always be able to lunge more than I can bicep curl.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes if you're doing a lot of lunges, your upper body might give out before the lower body. So that's something to consider.
And always nice if you're starting from scratch, talk to an expert. Make sure your form is great so you don't end up hurting yourself and going backwards.
Exactly.
We don't want
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping
Of
by.
course.
Always so fun to see you. Okay, we will have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.